What is happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Stop Lounge. This is episode number 17. It's our last episode before the 3-week summer break. And as always, we are your hosts, Jan and Malcolm, where we will be discussing not only the Belgian Grand Prix, but a whole lot of news of the track to talk about. How are you, bro?
I'm alright, bro. Thank you very much. Had a bit of a hectic weekend, as this past Saturday I just got my first tattoo.
Oh, lovely.
My brother did it. My brother did my tattoo. I love it. It hurt like hell. 6 hours and
I
44
can
minutes.
imagine.
6 hours and 44 minutes in total. But I absolutely love it. Totally worth it. But I won't do another tattoo again for sure. At least for the foreseeable
At least
future.
for now, yeah.
But other than that, pretty solid weekend. Other than that, how are you,
Yeah.
bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. A bit of a slower weekend. With regards to this weekend, that's had some more free time on my hands, so managed to hopefully had a slower weekend than what I've had during the past week, because pretty much Monday to Friday was a pretty hectic week as per usual, but had lots of events, workshops, and many more to attend. So had a bit of a slow weekend, but at the same time really had a nice good rest, because obviously since the temperatures are quite high at the moment, really needed that rest. And
Yeah.
as always, guys, before we begin, make sure to hit us with a like, follow, and share on our socials: Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. We are also on Spotify for our listeners. Make sure to hit us with a rating and let us know your thoughts on each question we pull out on the polls for every episode. And with that, bro, let's begin today's episode. We have
Let's get it.
we have Spa Francorchamps to talk about today, one of the most iconic tracks in the calendar. But before we get into that, we have a lot of news to talk about of the track, because
Pretty a
uh
lot.
there's been
Quite a few.
bro. Last week we mentioned that Kevin Magnussen would be leaving at the end of the season. The his replacement was going to be announced very shortly. We thought, I mean, it's not just us. We all pretty much guessed that Esteban Ocon was going to replace him, and the answer is absolutely 100% true. Esteban Ocon is going to be joining Haas at the start of next season. He will partner up with Ollie Behrman, and he will be signing on a multi-year contract. And I'm gonna, just like I said last week, all I can say is good luck, Oliver Behrman, and good luck, Ayo
To Haas.
Kamatsu. Yo, yo,
Good luck to Haas, bro,
yeah, bro, your
as a
thoughts?
package. Good luck to Haas as a whole. It baffles me how they picked Ocon.
Yeah,
It absolutely baffles me. How did they pick him? They could have just signed up a rookie from F2. Maybe
absolutely.
they wanted the experience, but if they want the experience, they should just kept Magnussen.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
And
makes no sense to me. The only difference there is between Ocon and Magnussen is that Ocon is a race winner and Magnussen is not. That's the only difference. But is that enough for Haas?
no.
I don't know, bro.
And
Nah.
listen, even on social media alone, it's getting a pretty
Yeah.
negative reception. I mean, we all know Esteban Ocon isn't a team player. He causes he causes toxicity with every team he has been so far.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting pretty much the same with Haas. I think, listen, I don't think the stakes are going to be as intense as he was with Alpine or with Sauber, or with Force India, excuse me. But at the same time, I don't think Oliver Behrman is going to be a very happy customer, because listen, this is it's going to be his rookie season next year, and of all drivers, you don't want Esteban Ocon to be your first teammate in the F1 scene.
You know what this
So
reminds me of? You know what this
yeah,
reminds me of? When Haas got that sponsorship, that Ural Kali sponsorship, and they had to bring in Nikita Mazepin.
yeah,
This is what this reminds me of. Now, of a driver in terms of ability, who would I pick, Ocon or Mazepin? I think that's a no debate.
no, it's
That's
obviously
a no.
Ocon.
That's a no debate. Obviously, Ocon, yeah. But this is what it reminds me of. You got some sort of a fan favorite, especially from his performance back in Jeddah in round two, replacing Carlos Sainz when he had his appendix,
Yeah.
with a driver that is not the most liked. Not the
Kind of an
most liked.
asshole, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not the most liked driver. One of the
Likeable
most
drive,
liked drivers.
likable.
Likeable. That's the word I was looking for. One of the most likable drivers. So this kind of reminds me of that. And Haas, they should have experience with that, and they still opted to go for it. kind of sus to me. I don't
I
agree
mean,
with it.
would have kept Magnussen, or else
I don't know why they
go,
opted for Ocon over
or
Magnussen. It
else I
baffles
would,
me.
I would go with a fresh rookie lineup and go for a second rookie. Listen, that's obviously a bit of a risk to go with.
They already did that though,
Um,
with Mazepin
yeah,
and Mick Schumacher.
obviously it didn't work out much in the past, but we have to keep in mind that it was Gunter Steiner there, not Ao Kamatsu, and at the helm. So,
Yeah,
um, listen, I am not a fan of this. I mean, listen, that's not just me and not just you, bro, but I think most of the fans
possibly everyone.
I think everyone is in agreement here that this is a bit of a baffling move for Haas, considering how they're performing so far this season. I would have honestly, obviously they're already losing Nico Hülkenberg because he's been getting them the points that they desperately need so far. But they're also gonna be losing Kevin Magnussen,
Yeah,
a driver who's had a lot of experience within the team. He's been pretty. He hasn't set the word on fire, but he got a pole position with the team. He got a little bit of steadiness in the first couple of seasons, but obviously then shit hit the fan with regards to his career there.
and
But
listen, he was welcome back when he came back. He was
yeah,
welcome back with open
absolutely.
arms. Absolutely, after he came back after Mazepin,
Yeah,
and it was a breath of fresh air, thankfully for Haas, which was much needed for them.
yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. But I would have I would have easily kept either Magnussen or us go with a rookie because Esteban Ocon, for me, he should have left the sport completely, not just join another team. And that's all
And
really I can
the
say.
fact that another team wanted him, given his
It's
history, baffles me
ridiculous.
even more. Baffles me even more, bro.
At least
I
he
don't get
hasn't.
it.
At least he hasn't gone to like a team like Williams or maybe even Sauber for instance. But yeah, just to wrap up on Haas. Oh, excuse me. Um, not a. Don't agree with it. I think it's not going to. It's not going to. I don't think Ocon is going to make the biggest of successes there, especially now since he has a rookie driver. I
Listen,
don't
you
think
know
they're going
what?
to downgrade him.
I'm
So
gonna go the other way around. I don't agree with it,
no,
but I hope for the best for Haas. I hope for the
yeah,
best. They've been having a solid season. They've been quietly going about their business.
very
I
solid
don't like
season,
Ocon. Huh?
a very solid season.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I don't agree with it, but I hope for the best.
Yeah, listen, I mean, we might, I mean, for now we might be very pessimistic about it, but who knows? Maybe next year we see a couple
Yeah,
of upgrades when it comes to that Haas team, and even maybe we see a bit of a different side to Esteban Ocon
yeah,
and also Oliver Behrman. Obviously, it will be his first rookie season there, but yeah, not a fan of this move. I think I would have rather gone with a rookie or Captain Kevin Magnussen.
yeah.
Um, the second driver related news has literally got up just an hour ago, bro.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah.
and it is
Bro,
related to.
I was playing Tony Hawk's Underground
Oh,
when the news came up.
I was doing my jog at that moment, so that's where I got to find out the news. But so it's with Williams, and
Definitely, bro. Come
unfortunately, the
on.
news that I feared that was going to happen, it has unfortunately happened because Carlos Sainz has signed for Williams for next season. It's a 2-year contract until 2026. He would obviously replace Logan Sargent, and yeah, it's happened. For me personally, I've said in previous episodes, not the biggest fan of this move. I think it's a downgrade for Carlos Sainz, but at the same time, considering how the seats are at the moment, I think that was his most realistic decision possible. Bro, your thoughts? Carlos Sainz
My
to Williams.
Listen, I'm not surprised by it. I mean, I was kind of surprised, but I believe this is a statement of intent from Williams, bro.
Kind
To me,
of,
this is a statement
kind
of
of agree
intent
with that.
because to get a driver of Sainz's caliber, who's a race winner, he's a three-time race winner. Let's not forget,
Yeah.
and he's had, let's say, multiple good seasons with Ferrari. The fact that a team like Williams, which is a legendary name in the sport,
Yeah.
but hasn't really had a competitive year since what, 2016,
Yeah,
2015,
it's been a very long time since Williams were
pretty
back
long time.
at the top
So for
saddle.
so for a team like Williams to be able to lure a driver the caliber of Carlos Sainz, to me that's a statement of intent.
Yeah,
And Sainz already said that he is 100% fully committed to the team, and he is ready to go. That he believes that he made the right choice.
yeah, and listen, Williams now have two top drivers in their caliber, so I
Absolutely.
really hope they get the car right because at the moment with Williams, this has been going quite under the radar, but there are a lot of changes behind the scenes at the moment. There's been a complete makeover with regards to engineers. A lot of engineers a lot of new engineers have come into the team, and we're also hearing now, obviously,
Yeah.
but Adrian Newey is linked with Williams. He's not just linked with McLaren, it's not just linked with Ferrari and the likes of Aston Martin, Ferrari, McLaren, but he's also linked with Williams. So, and
Listen, I think seeing Adrian Newey, hearing Adrian Newey talk, I think the Ferrari deal is out the question for me.
yeah,
I
same
think the
here.
Ferrari deal is out of the question. I think he already stated that he would much rather stay in the UK.
Yeah,
But what a statement! What a much more of a statement that would be if he get to join Williams,
yeah.
bro.
Already, listen, they've already made a statement with Carlos Sainz coming into
Yeah,
the team, and I
yeah.
think the more I think about this move, I think the more, listen, not a fan of the move right now, but I'm going to be honest, the more I think about this move, the more it kind of starts to make sense in the long
Yeah,
run. You
you
know
need
what
to
I mean,
in the
basically,
long term. In the long term, bro. Yeah.
because listen, we're heading into two pretty significant years in Formula One. We're going to see a brand new car, brand new changes with the power units, with the aerodynamics. And if obviously Adrian Newey comes into the team, which obviously let's see if that news is true or not, that Carlos would be
Carlos
w-
Sainz would be doing like Birdman, bro, rubbing his
would
hands.
absolutely would be very very smart with this decision. But at the same time, we're still not sure what's going to happen with Red Bull. We're still not sure what's going to happen with Mercedes. Obviously, Antonelli looks like he's going to be the man coming into the team, and
Well,
we
listen.
still
At
have
the
a
moment,
couple of
listen.
seats left. So
At the moment, Red Bull. I mean, they still have Sergio Perez.
right now,
At
for
the
now,
moment,
for now,
just right now. I mean, so far it's still confirmed for next season. So far, but we
but
don't know. But
we
we
don't
don't
know
know
yet.
about that.
But for me, if obviously there will be changes with Red Bull and Mercedes, I think Sainz will look a bit silly with his decision. If I'm going to be honest,
I don't think so, bro.
maybe I'm rushing a bit at the moment, but
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because listen, he can't look silly. He could never go to Red Bull. I believe Red Bull wanted him. I stated this in the previous episode. Red Bull, I believe they wanted him, but given his history with Max Verstappen at Toro Rosso, there was no way for Red Bull to get him. If Red Bull wanted him, let's not forget, Carlos Sainz would have easily went into Red Bull. He came up in their driver academy.
yeah,
So let's not forget that. So it would have been easy for him to go to Red Bull.
it would have
But
been the
since
dream
his
move for him.
exactly, so since that Max Verstappen is there, given their history together with Toro Rosso, they didn't want to chance it. Now with Mercedes, listen, if Mercedes really wanted Sainz, they would have easily got him right after Lewis Hamilton joined Ferrari. Easy.
Would have been a straight swap straight
Would have
away.
been
I
a straight
mean,
swap. Would have been a straight swap. But Mercedes kept playing and playing and playing. They opted for Fernando Alonso first.
yeah,
They tried for Fernando Alonso. I believe there were some discussions along the way between Mercedes and Sainz.
hmm
But Mercedes, I think their best. I think what they're gonna go for, they're gonna go for Kimi Antonelli because they see, especially Toto Wolff said that he sees Kimi Antonelli as the next Verstappen.
listen, he only has one win so far in Formula Two. So
I don't
listen,
know
for
if
now,
listen, Toto's the team principal of a mega team. We are not. If he sees talent in that kid and we don't, I don't blame him.
no, no, listen. If obviously, yeah, I agree. Obviously, if Toto sees something special with this kid, then it's a sign he's a special talent. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, just to wrap up on this on Carlos Sainz, for me personally,
it's
not
a
the
statement of
biggest.
intent. To me, it's a statement of
It's a big statement. It's a big
It's a
statement for
statement of intent
Williams.
for Williams,
They
and
now have,
they
yeah,
should make this statement because Williams are a legendary team in Formula
yes,
One.
they are absolutely.
So
Listen,
let's not
this
forget that.
season they've been completely off it. So I think they have their focus on next season. I think it's pretty evident.
Yeah,
good riddance that Logan Sargent's out of the team because he was doing absolutely nothing, nothing for the team,
Absolutely nothing. Yeah,
and
he
he
was
gave.
he
Listen,
was out qualifying Sergio Perez, bro.
listen, he was not just listen with regards to that, but listen, he was not just getting out qualified, but we both of us gave him a chance
Yeah.
to really make a statement, to really make something with that team, but it's just not happening. So I kind of agree. Listen, there's no way they're going to remove Alex Albon, just sign a new contract with the team. So obviously Logan Sargent was the elephant in the room, basically,
Yeah,
with
but
regards
listen,
to
I would
Williams.
like to give kudos to Williams still because I believe they gave Logan Sargent a solid chance still.
Yeah, still, I mean,
I
two
would like to give
seasons.
I would like to give kudos to Williams on that as well because they gave him a solid chance and now the time is up. Listen, if a driver like the caliber of Carlos Sainz is on the market,
You have to
it's a
snatch him.
no-brainer. It's a no-brainer for me.
And
So
even
kudos
again,
to Williams.
listen, Carlos Sainz. He's been outperforming Leclerc for a decent number of races now. So Williams are getting a top driver. The question is,
Absolutely.
how is that car going to be next season? Because this is a great opportunity for Williams now. They have two top drivers, and if this is the chance to get their car where it wants to be, it's now. Listen, we're not saying that it's going to
I think
challenge.
at the moment, I think realistically for Williams with the car how it is now, at the moment, their aim should be to get to the top of the midfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
With
Listen,
that with how their car it is with how their
listen,
car is now.
That Williams is not going to challenge Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari,
Absolutely
and
no.
Mercedes. Absolutely not.
Their
So
aim should be to get to the top of the midfield. So
I think
at the moment.
it should be in the middle right now. So that's hopefully James Vowles stays there within the team. Should be given another chance. He's having a poor season at the moment. Just not just him. It's the entire. Excuse me. It's just the entire Williams team in general that are having a poor season. But this is a great opportunity for Williams to make their mark now. Two top drivers. Potentially, Adrian Newey could be coming into the team, but that's obviously still up in the
Up
air
in the
at the
air.
moment. So really, listen, a lot of people will be surprised by this move, but at the same time, um, uh, all eyes on Williams, and even all eyes
Yeah.
on Sauber as well. Both of those teams, I'm really interested to see
Yeah.
what they will do next
With
season.
Sauber
So,
with Sauber turning into
um,
Audi. And
listen,
now Williams with a pretty very interesting lineup.
and obviously Sauber still need to announce their second driver.
And
Yes,
and listen, Williams, even though Alex Albon has been around for a long time and Sainz has 3 race wins, I believe both them drivers feel like they have more to prove.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
have more to prove. So I think this is a great opportunity for Williams. Exciting times for them ahead, bro. And they fully
Yeah,
deserve it. They
yeah.
fully
Listen,
deserve
I
it.
want Williams to be back on the top because I love that team. It has such a huge history, a huge pedigree of talent, of race wins, championship winning cars and drivers. I
And listen,
really
for
want
Frank
them to be back.
Williams, bro. For Frank
Yeah,
Williams.
deserves the entire family of that team just deserves to be back where it wants
Absolutely.
to be. So let's hope for the best. Two top drivers again. So let's see what happens in the future.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
the last piece of news of the track is with Alpine, and because I mean, listen, Alpine, there have been a shocker of a season so far, a lot of changes, and once again, uh, there's another change, and it's at the highest position of the team, and that's the team principal. Bruno Famin is leaving the team at the end of next month, not just next season, at the end of next month. He will continue on with the motorsport activities of the entire Renault group at Very Chatillon. And a new team principal is set to be announced in due course. Fucking hell, bro. The
Listen,
Alpine
I mean,
are in the trenches at the moment. I mean,
absolutely, absolutely. But a lot's been going on, man. Multiple celebrities have a stake in the team. Lots of changes in the background. Flavio Briatore somehow is back.
yeah, somehow.
Ocon leaving the team. Bruno Famin is out the door within a month, which in reality he's an interim, so it was expected, not expected for him to not to
A
stay.
lot of changes, within the entire team, within the performance of the team. So
A lot,
that's
bro.
another change.
Now honestly, regarding Bruno Famin, with them opting for him to leave, I don't really know what to think about it. Honestly, I really don't know what to think about it.
Listen. If he
I think
wanted,
it's sort of expected.
I would have kept him until the end of the season at least, because there's just so much changes going on. Now the team principal is leaving. There's going to be even more chaos behind the scenes now. So
Maybe
it's
I think maybe what they've done is they're gonna move on Bruno Famin now, so the new team principal to come in, so he'll have this half a season to get used to things, see how
yeah.
things operate, and then really kick on from next season.
If obviously they make any changes with the car, because at the moment, yeah.
I,
I mean,
I think I think that's what Alpine are going for. But again, this is Alpine. We don't know. But with me having a bit of a brain cell, I believe that's what they're gonna do.
yeah. And I think with Alpine, you have to expect the unexpected now, because there's just so much happening at the moment behind the scenes,
A
and
lot,
as
bro.
well,
A lot.
with now Bruno out the door, we have no idea who's gonna be
St-
replacing him.
Listen,
Who's
bro.
gonna be replacing
Stability.
him now?
They don't know the word stability. They
No,
have no idea what that word means. They have
there's
no idea.
just it's like that. It's like that last scene of Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, where everyone abandons the ship, like lots of people having no idea what's happening. That
Yeah.
it's that's the feeling I'm getting when it comes to Alpine at the
Actually,
moment. So
actually, it feels like sort of the Titanic.
yeah, exactly. Like or
Sort of the
something, or
Titanic. Something like the Titanic. The
something
one
very
person,
similar.
Pierre Gasly, yeah, trying to save the team, and
Good.
is holding the Alpine logo, but the Alpine logo just,
And
just
listen,
sinks, bro.
oh, hey, listen. Poor Pierre Gasly, because
Yeah, man.
he signed a new contract with the team, and also we still have no idea who's gonna partner him up next season. My
You
guess
know,
is Jack.
listen. You know that pizza meme when a dude walks in with with a couple boxes of
Yeah, that
pizza,
one.
and he walks in. That's Pierre
Chi-
Gasly, bro.
that's Childish Gambino you're talking about.
Yeah,
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 exactly.
Childish Gambino. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
Pierre Gasly, bro. That's Pierre
yeah,
Gasly.
exactly.
That's Pierre
More
Gasly.
like no, sorry, more like the new guy coming in. More like the new guy coming
Yeah,
in.
but you could say that. You
You
could
could
say
say
that.
that, yeah.
But you could say that. But I put Pierre Gasly in because he went outside. He was at the house. He was like, "Yo, guys, I'm going. I'm gonna go bring a couple of pizzas. I'll be back in a few minutes." He
Yeah.
comes back and he sees that all of that going on.
So much chaos going on, yeah.
Bro,
Listen, anything to add, bro, on this? Because honestly,
not really.
we
Not
just need
really,
to
man.
we just need to live day by day with regards to
Yeah.
Alpi at the moment. Let's see who comes in. Um,
All I'm gonna say is, good luck to the new team principal
yeah.
because he's gonna need it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, yo, hold on a minute. Imagine Flavio Briatore makes a U-turn and he becomes the team principal.
Yo.
Absolute. That would be absolute
That
cinema.
would be
I mean,
bananas. That would be bananas,
that would
bro.
be absolute cinema, man.
That
And
would
how?
be
And
bananas,
listen,
bro.
we're all here for it. We are all here for it.
Do you think they would allow him after the scandal, after the
Nah,
Singapore
no way,
scandal?
no way, absolutely no way. That
That
would be
would listen.
insane.
That would make the F1 fans. That would make go into a frenzy, bro.
Yes, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
don't want to imagine it. I don't want to imagine
Nah,
it. I
nah.
can already see the angry reacts on Facebook, the
Yeah,
comments,
absolutely,
the
absolutely,
videos. I don't want to know, bro. I don't want to know,
absolutely.
honestly. Let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Yeah, definitely. Hang on a minute before I get something like that. All right, let's get into the Grand Prix. Spa Francorchamps, bro. What a
Yeah.
track! Personally, my favorite track of the calendar. It's the longest track of the calendar, and this track just there's just so much to love about it, man.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous track, man, and
It's
it's a
beautiful.
staple in the F1 calendar, and it's within the ranks of Monza and Monaco and so forth. Your thoughts?
You said it's your favorite track, no?
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
you know, it made me think. You don't. Do you believe that I don't actually have a favorite track?
You don't have.
I have favorites. I have favorites, but a favorite track I don't have, bro.
You don't
Because there's
have.
just so many. I don't have a
Damn.
favorite track. I have favorite tracks, but not a favorite track.
Not a
Uh,
personal
but
favorite. Okay.
but Spa Francorchamps is one of them favorites. Is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Beautiful, a beautiful scenery. It is a long track, very
44
challenging,
laps.
and it has memorable corners as well. Radion, El Rouge, Buffon, La Sauce. Amazing.
A
Absolutely
lot
love
of
it. The
a
Camel
lot of
Straight.
long
The
straights.
Camel Straight. The Camel Straight is amazing. I love the Camel Straight.
A lot of long straights as well.
Yeah, the
Except
Camel
the
Straight
long
especially.
the camel straight. Yeah, that's
The
some
Camel
the
Straight, which is the
longest.
back straight and
Yeah,
the before the start finish straight. I don't. La Sauce is the first corner.
that's
Radio
the first
Rouge,
corner. Yeah,
Camel
definitely.
Straight, La Combe, Buffon,
Like Buffon. Yeah,
Blanchimont, Blanchimont. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, for sure,
The
absolutely,
amount
absolutely.
like it's the 998 Grand Prix.
Yeah.
If not one to
Yeah,
talk
I
about.
know.
Yeah,
I remember. I
yeah.
don't remember it because I was only 1 year old
I
at the
was
time.
born that year. I was born that year.
You was born. I was only 1 year old at the time,
Yeah,
but I don't remember it. But I know of it. I know
yeah,
of it.
definitely.
It was absolute carnage, and it was wet. It was a wet weather race as well, so it
Yeah,
made things even worse.
we've had rain as well during this weekend. Thankfully, not in qualifying and in the race. It happened mostly in free practice. We saw a lot
Yeah.
of results there.
No,
Uh,
there was rain in quali, no?
but not as bad as it was stated though.
Or I couldn't see it. I couldn't see quali, unfortunately. I did see the race, but I
Yeah,
couldn't see quali
yeah,
Saturday.
no worries about
But
that.
I know what happened. I have an
Now,
idea.
obviously, before proceedings started, we did see Alpine with a brand new livery because they had a special one-off livery for the release of Deadpool and Wolverine because obviously
Ryan
Ryan Reynolds
Reynolds.
is a minority investor within the team, and they've basically released a one-off livery for the Belgian Grand Prix. It's a red and black livery with Wolverine's yellow claws on on the rear side of the car. Um, Honestly, it's a nice livery. The blending of the colors absolutely is blended is mixed perfectly with those colors. Bro, you on the other hand have a complete different opinion on this. I think you just
Yeah, yeah. In my opinion for me is the best looking livery.
wow.
Is the best looking livery I've seen this season. McLaren's is one of them. Is of course one of the best looking livery, but if I had to pick between the McLaren and the Alpine, I'm gonna go for the Alpine. Simply because I am a sucker of red and black combos.
Yeah, it
Simply
suits it
because.
perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only saving grace Alpine have this season, bro.
Yeah,
Is their livery for this weekend. That was their only saving grace. Has to be.
I would have
But I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
I would s-
So
I would stick with that livery for the entire season pretty much.
at
Scrap
least
that
have some saving grace.
yeah.
Have some saving grace at
I
least
would
for your
have
bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I would literally just keep up with this livery until the end of the season. Scrap that fucking pink
Yeah.
and dark blue shenanigans of your car.
Listen, what a turnaround because we did pick Alpine for the worst livery of the season.
Yeah,
So if we go from the worst livery to the best livery,
the best one of livery.
it is
Let's
a
keep in mind.
one-off. But listen, it is a one-off, yeah. But if we
Yeah,
go from worst to best,
it's a different story.
at least that's their only saving grace.
Yeah, listen, I really like the livery. The colors absolutely fit in perfectly. Is it the best livery of the entire season? No, for me personally, I think there are maybe three or four that are better than this one. Maybe two or three that are better than this one than this Deadpool and the livery basically. But I like it. It's definitely I would rate definitely give it like a 7 out of 10 maybe in terms of rating. We also saw two drivers getting grid penalties, both from both from from the Red Bull side of things. The first was Max Verstappen. We thought it was because of that collision that he had with Hamilton in the last race at Hungary, but it turns out that it was because of a power unit change. He had to endure. He had to suffer a 10th place grid penalty. The second was Yuki Tsunoda, a 60 place grid penalty because he pretty much changed the entire car except the exhaust. So for him, it was just
Bro,
useless for him because of qualifying.
why did he come out in quali? Why? To maybe have some race pace
Maybe.
to practice some race pace, but he has free practice for that. I don't know why he came out in quali,
Yeah,
bro.
he
If
should
you
have
have if
literally
you have a
he
six,
should have literally he should have literally.
He should stay. He should have stayed home.
Out. Yeah, absolutely.
He should have stayed at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what he should have done.
And speaking of qualifying, bro, no surprises with Q1. It's your Saubers Guan Yu in 20th. Logan Sargent 19th, Yuki Tsunoda 18th, but obviously he had to start at the back of the grid because of those changes in the car. And the two Haas's in 16th and 17th with Nico Hulkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. So yeah,
I'm not surprised by that, bro. Absolutely not surprised. Because
no, same here.
That Ferrari engine this weekend has been atrocious.
No,
that straight line speed, that straight line speed, garbage, bro.
Yeah, terrible.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, same here. I think with regards to Haas would be quite disappointed that they couldn't make it into Q2, considering how they have made it to Q2 in the recent qualifying sessions. But yeah, no big surprises. The rest of the cars who find themselves in Q1, pretty much expected to be in those places. So yeah, no surprises there. The same goes for Q2 as well. Lance Stroll in 15th. I think Lance Stroll should be like the only slight surprise because he qualified so low on the grid. Valtteri Bottas in 14th, Daniel Ricciardo in 13th, Pierre Gasly in 12th, and Alex Albon in 11th. Again, for Alpine to get both cars to make out of Q1 is positive. Valtteri Bottas again, finishing 14th. A good effort for him with regards to Sauber. Daniel Ricciardo again disappointing. Not good enough for him to be in 13th. He should be far. He should be at least right around mid-table or maybe just outside, just in those top 10 places. Maybe should be way happier than that.
Yeah.
And Alex Albon, I'm pretty pleased with him to be in 11th. I think he wanted to get himself into Q3, but I think 11th was the best he could.
Listen, bro. Listen.
Yeah.
Albon missed out on Q3 by 3,000ths of a second to Perez.
Yeah, he was very close.
So Albon was extremely unlucky not to get. No, to Perez.
Yeah. Fair enough.
To Perez, bro. He got for 3,000ths of a second, which is, I think, is the closest margin ever.
Yeah, he was very.
He only missed out on 3,000ths of a second. So Albon to the unluckiest person to the luckiest person, Sergio Perez. But I'm gonna give Sergio Perez the benefit of the doubt because he needed some luck. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah, definitely. Again,
I mean, I'm not surprised with Lance Stroll, for sure, definitely. I'm not surprised with someone like Lance Stroll. I'm not surprised with Gasly 12, good. Albon, extremely unlucky, man. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. To miss out by 3,000ths of a second, such a shame, bro, for him.
He's really listen, with Alex Albon, I think he's really giving absolutely everything with it.
Listen, he's now been here, second season now with Williams, is it?
Yeah, second season.
Yeah, second season. Listen, Albon did say it's his mission to bring Williams to the top, and he's now going to have Carlos Sainz as his teammate next season. Onwards and upwards for them. Both for him and for the team.
Yeah, I agree. Q3, Esteban Ocon in 10th. That is pretty decent for Ocon. I think he did make it into Q3. Right?
I think he got a Q3 somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he got a Q3 something else. I don't know where though.
To get that Alpine in the top 10 though, it is positive. It's positive for them. Considering how they have been such a poor season based on their standards.
Oh yeah, he did get a Q3 appearance at least in Austria.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
he did good. I was just checking right now.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Cheers, bro.
Fernando Alonso in 9th. Considering how his teammates did in Q2,
pretty solid.
To get into top 10, to get into 9th, pretty solid. Carlos Sainz in 8th. Yeah, you said it, bro. That Ferrari has been off the races all weekend, pretty much.
Yeah, that straight line speed killed the team, bro, and killed the engine as well. Even though, we're gonna get to him.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to him. Keep going.
Ferrari just 8th place, just not where you want to be, bro, at the moment. Considering how Mercedes are
Absolutely.
performing at the moment, they are literally on fire with regards to their form. So 8th
Listen, we're
place
the
is
fourth,
not
we're the fourth
absolutely not
best
where he
team.
started. No,
We're the fourth best team now.
a
I did
contrast.
say it.
Yeah. A contrast to how your season started because you were
Yeah.
literally on fire during the start of the season. You were right on top with.
The lack of upgrades definitely halted the team's
Yeah,
progress.
definitely.
And it's a shame.
Yeah. George Russell in 7th. Again, maybe he would be a little bit disappointed that he would have got himself to the top 5. But to be honest, that was considering how his race turned out to be. This was like the least of his disappointments because what happened in the
Yeah.
race then was something else.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
the two McLarens in 6th and 5th, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, underwhelmed if I'm being honest, because in free practice we were literally right on top. I think in free practice too we were in 1st and 2nd, consistently in the top 3. So yeah, 6th and 5th, expected at least a top 5 finish for both cars. Expected like a top 4 finish for both cars, if I'm being honest. But anyhow,
Mhm.
that's just my honest opinion about it. Um, Lewis Hamilton in 4th. Great effort again for him. I mean, Hamilton at the moment is just
He is absolutely smashing it,
he's
right?
smashing it, man. I mean,
He,
it's not just
he,
him; it's
I
Mercedes.
think now he's making this mission to leave Mercedes on the high, which is great to see.
Yeah, yeah. At
Which is
least
great to see.
he's not wandering up very
Absolutely,
least. So for
absolutely,
now,
and he's proving that he's still got it.
yeah.
Just what I want to see.
And the top 3 are Sergio Perez. Absolutely needed that, considering how he's been on a shit run at the moment. I mean, the race now, unfortunately, was a different story. Um, Charles Leclerc in 2nd, and Max Verstappen got the fastest time, but but because of his 10th place penalty, he had to start the race 11th. So that meant that Charles Leclerc got pole position. Now Max
Now
was,
listen, listen,
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
listen.
I was ready to interrupt.
Charles. He just mentioned that the Ferrari engine has been atrocious this weekend. So for Charles to get second place, I mean, yeah, he got pole, but he got second. He did that lap with that car. Very
Yeah,
impressive. Listen, Leclerc is a one lap specialist. We all know that.
a qualifying specialist, more like.
Yeah, a one lap specialist, which is quali, right,
Yeah, yeah,
practically. What are we
yeah.
gonna say, bro?
No, nothing. No, nothing. You want to continue on?
Yeah, Leclerc, yeah, but listen,
Uh,
Verstappen got pole position by 6 tenths.
Yeah, and listen, Max in this track, he's always listen. Max is a beast of a driver in general, but with this in this track especially, he's a master with this track. I mean,
It's his cup of cake. It's a
it's
cup
his
of
cup,
tea, sorry.
it's his cup of tea because 2 seasons ago he started in 14th and he won the race basically, and I remember that within the first lap he was already like in 6th, within the first lap. So yeah,
Yeah,
which
but
meant
different times, different car,
yeah,
though.
different. Yeah, different car. Yeah, I agree. For Red Bull though, they needed this Red Bull
Yeah.
because they haven't been. I mean, these last 4 races, Red Bull haven't been at their best. It's pretty evident. Largely because of obviously Sergio Perez, but even Max in general. Last race he was extremely frustrated, even in qualifying. So, they needed this obviously to get the fastest time in 3rd place. A pretty good result with regards to Red Bull. Which brings us to the race. Obviously, bro, we both watched the race,
Yeah.
and if we look at the start again, pretty clean start. With regards to who was in the first few places. However, Lando Norris had a horrible start,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He went just off the gravel, and he dropped himself down to 7th place basically. This,
Listen, the start it was pretty
yeah,
clean, and like thanks
yeah,
to the fights that were going on, because at the start Leclerc got away well, Perez got away well, and Hamilton got away well as well. Now what happened is Hamilton went to block Perez because Perez wanted to go for Leclerc. But
yeah,
as Perez
definitely,
was going for Leclerc, Perez found Hamilton straight up in his face. And whilst
yeah,
they were battling against each other in the first lap, Leclerc had some clean air to drive off. But not drive off fast enough because
yeah.
eventually Hamilton caught up to him and overtook him in lap 3 or 4, was it? Lap 3, yeah. Overtook
And
him.
that,
And
yeah.
pretty much stayed there until the first round of pit stops.
Yeah, and going back to the first few laps of the race, bro, we said that Max was a beast in this track, and once again he showed it with this track. I mean, just within the first lap, he was already in eighth place,
Yeah,
by the first lap,
he made up 3 places.
and he was this close to overtaking Lando Norris basically. Now, obviously, Spa is probably the most challenging track of the entire season. Maybe it's money basically
Nah,
for
nah.
guys to challenge,
I think the most challenging is Jeddah.
or Jeddah. Yeah, I think those two tracks give it around for their money. But as you said, lap three, Hamilton breezed past Leclerc. We mentioned Ferrari's awful straight line speed, evident once again
Yeah.
during that lap. And Hamilton took control pretty much of that race until we saw George Russell and Max Verstappen making pit stops, followed by Hamilton and Oscar straight
Closer
after.
to the mic, bro. Closer to the mic.
Oh, excuse me. No, just basically to repeat what I said. Lap 11, we saw the first round of pit stops: George Russell, Max Verstappen, and then followed by Oscar Piastri and Hamilton the following lap.
Yeah.
And with regards to George Russell, that was his only pit stop for the entire race.
Yeah.
Unlike because obviously with regards to it's mainly a two-stop strategy within the race. Now during those now obviously the Ferraris were ahead in those round of pistols, but Carlos Sainz went a little bit off the gravel around lap 16, which lost him a pretty much a decent amount of time. And other things,
I think the action was in the top 8 of the field,
yeah,
and who's gonna undercut who first
yeah,
in the
absolutely,
second round, especially. Now, I believe Mercedes started it,
yeah,
and the others reacted. Hamilton, listen, Mercedes and Ferrari were doing synchronized pit stops, but McLaren were doing after.
yeah,
Both McLaren and
definitely.
Ferrari, and even
McLaren Ferrari.
Red Bull. So Hamilton ended up. Listen, in the second round, Leclerc went for the pit stop. He had a 3.4 second pit stop,
It was a
which
very slow
really
pit stop.
which really hindered his progress. Really
Yeah.
hindered his progress, and that costed him a lot of time. It practically costed him also a podium because Piastri did catch up to him and eventually took him.
And,
Eventually did overtake him.
and
Not
listen,
easily, not easily, but he eventually
yeah.
overtook him.
And listen, speaking of Oscar Piastri, even he had a slow pit stop because
Yeah.
he literally did something really really similar. That his pit stop was very very similar to the one Lando Norris did
Back
last
in Great Britain.
back in Silverstone basically.
Yeah, back
He
in Silverstone.
nearly
He
took
nearly
out
took out the Jack.
he
The
nearly took out
Jackman.
at least close to the Jackman for keeping his cool
Yeah.
there basically. But
Yeah,
even
but listen, to absorb that strength, bro?
yeah.
Respect.
And listen,
Respect.
Oscar at the moment. I mean, I'm seeing him. Oscar is the better driver at the moment. He's being he's been consistently
Let's say
performing.
he's more cool and calm.
It's not just cool and calm, but even performance wise, he's getting the best out of the race. Listen, Lando had an off day
Listen,
this weekend.
is the pressure to Lando getting to him a bit?
Yeah, because
This is a question, and this is a question that I want to talk. I want to tell you
yeah, go ahead.
because you and Carlos here, you say it every time that Charles Leclerc is overrated.
Yeah.
Is it time for us to question Lando Norris?
Nah, not overrated, but
Because
he
listen,
needs to
bro,
be
listen.
he needs
I'm
to be
just
more mature.
saying.
He needs to be more mature, though. That's what I want to say.
Because if
That's
Charles
what I,
Leclerc is overrated, we should have a discussion on Lando Norris. I'm just saying.
no, fair enough. I
Maybe
mean,
it's too early. Maybe it's too early. But I just want to let you know that's one of my thoughts at the moment.
listen,
I just
last
want to let
race.
you know.
Listen. If that shenanigans didn't happen, Lando would have won the race.
Yeah, fair enough.
Last week.
Yeah,
But
but if buts maybes, if my mother had a dick, she would be my father, bro.
yeah. What the fuck? What you talking about?
I mean,
That one, but
no,
yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
yeah. But the fuck are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about. But anyhow,
Yeah. If my mother
yeah,
had a dick, she would be my father,
yeah.
bro. I'm just saying.
Fair enough. But yeah, listen, an off day. This was an off day for Lando Norris. His mistake at the start. He went then yet again a couple of laps later. He went off again after the camel straight. So an off weekend for him. And Oscar, listen, Oscar Piastri was consistent with that car, breezing past the Ferrari, and listen, give it a couple of one or two more laps, he would have given the Mercedes a good fight for
Yeah.
a good fight, because what happened to Mercedes was that George Russell decided to go for a one-stop strategy. Unlike for most of the teams who went for a
For the
two-stop
top eight,
strategy.
the top eight all did a two-stop.
Yeah, but George Russell went for a gamble with the one-stop strategy, and during the last couple of laps, Hamilton was catching up on him, and right around lap 37, right around lap 39 or lap 40, he was on him. He was on
Yeah, he
him,
was on him.
and he
And he
was
still
very
couldn't
close.
overtake him, bro.
And he was very close at one point of overtaking past him, and somehow Russell managed to bring that car over the line with that one-stop strategy, and he won the race with Lewis Hamilton in second. So for Mercedes, what a result for them, man!
It was a merch masterclass.
First, second, and we call with bunny ears a Mercedes mascot, because
Almost.
what
Almost.
happened afterwards was that
Oh
that
man.
George Russell's car was just was
1.5 kilos.
was 1.5 kilos underweight, and that basically is breaking under fuel regulations, and
Yeah.
George Russell got disqualified for the race, so Hamilton ended up winning the race instead.
He inherited the win.
The silver line of this is that we at least saw George Russell in the podium getting the celebrations in, but
It was short-lived, bro.
that was short lived, and it's so unfortunate, because that was a fantastic performance for George Russell to get.
One of the best performances I've seen, to be honest.
That's got, yeah, same here. That's got to be one of the best performances I've seen in a very, very long time. To get to the top of all tracks.
And listen.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, they did a two-stop with the Hards, but the Hards had very low degradation.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
Russell must have felt like maybe is it because it was 1.5 kilos lighter? He felt the tires were not going as quickly as the other cars, because that has to be the case now.
But at least the team the team apologized for that.
It is their fault. It is their
At
fault.
least they
Though.
showed their responsibility, that it was their fault about that. But it's
Yeah.
so, listen, it's really, really gutting for George, because
Absolutely.
that was a masterclass for him to drive with those same tires for 34 laps at Belgium of all tracks. It's brilliant stuff. And for Hamilton, that's now is his 105th race win, if I'm not mistaken. That outrageous. I mean, absolutely outrageous
What a
for him.
legend, bro. What a legend.
Absolute legend. And again,
And no signs of slowing down.
no signs of slowing down for him, unfortunately. With George Russell, obviously now time for him to have hope he gets back. He has the same drive
And not that and he
Yeah.
won't let this affect him.
Yeah,
I
and
think
let's
that's
hope
key
so.
now.
Listen, he's going to be absolutely gutted with this, because after the race he had driven with that car with those tires.
Yeah.
He would be absolutely gutted with that. But with regards to the rest of the table, Oscar Piastri in second. Great race for Oscar
Mega.
again. With no Mercedes.
Listen. The top three was separated between Russell, Hamilton, and Piastri by about a second.
Yeah, a second. Yeah.
By
And
a
the reason-
second, so
The reason of that, because of George Russell's tires. I mean, to go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
34 laps, obviously those tires were starting to show somewhere. So
yeah.
yeah, I would go to Oscar Piastri for second. Leclerc in third. Again on finishing third.
Listen, bro.
not the best
Listen,
result.
bro. Listen. With how that car was to still get a podium,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
yeah, fair
I'll
enough.
absolutely take it.
Yeah,
I was gutted that Piastri overtook Leclerc, and Leclerc was gonna finish in fourth.
yeah,
But of course, I expected it to happen. But to get third, thanks to Russell's disqualification
Yeah.
with that car, very happy.
I agree.
I'm happy, to be honest.
Of the top 10 grid, so he had to settle for fourth place. Lando Norris in fifth. Again, Lando, a bit of an off day for him. quite a few mistakes in some corners when it came to his race. So yeah, a bit of an off day for him. That's 10 points in the bag. But so not going to complain much about that. But yeah, expect a bit much better for Lando Norris. A good recovery for him, starting from eighth
Yeah.
to finish in sixth. A decent result for him.
Overtaking Perez in the last few laps to finish
Yeah.
sixth
Yeah, exactly.
as well.
Sergio Perez in seventh, poor race for him, if I'm being honest. To start
Oh
from
man.
third and to finish in seventh, another poor race for Sergio Perez. I mean,
Yeah.
continuing, he's just on
But
a
at
downward
least,
spiral at the moment.
but at least, he started in the top 10.
And finish in the top 10. Yeah,
At
at
least,
least.
at
That's
least,
the silver lining about that.
at least.
Fernando Alonso in eighth, Esteban.
Not really.
Results.
Listen. The action was happening in the top 8 of the field.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
most. I mean, the top. Will we see Guan Yu Zhou eventually, unfortunately, retiring from the race?
Yeah.
But most of
He's
the
done.
action was in the top 8 of the field.
Yeah,
Most of
I
the
agree.
action, to be
I
honest.
agree. I agree. Outside the
So
points, Alex Albin, Lance Stroll, Alex Albin, Pierre Gasly, Kevin Magnussen, Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, Logan Sargent, Nico Hülkenberg, finishing the top 10 without a single point. Again, no surprises. Obviously, disappointing to finish outside the points, but I mean, with those cars, pretty much expected where they will be finishing
yeah.
inside this race. Um, Driver of the day.
Man, it's
I mean,
so tricky, bro.
I would have given it to George Russell, but he's
Me
disqualified,
too.
so I can't really give it to George Russell. So
I don't know. I'm gonna give it to, man.
I think
Should I give
Hamilton.
it to? Should
I
I
think
give it?
Hamilton
I
had
was
a
gonna
great
go for.
race.
Yeah, he had a great race, but I was gonna go for Verstappen for making up the places. I don't know,
Obviously,
bro.
but
I don't know. I agree with Hamilton, but I don't know, bro. Loser of the day is Mercedes for the fuck up they did.
I have another pick to be honest for those other days. I'm gonna say my drive of the day.
Driver of the day, I'm
I
gonna
would go
go
with
for
Hamilton.
Hamilton. I'm
I would
going
go
with
for
Hamilton. I
Hamilton. Yeah,
agree. I
same here.
agree. But loser of the day, Mercedes.
Actually, Hamilton got the driver of the day, voted by the fans. So pretty much expected by that. Listen, another victory for him. He's waited 2.5 years to get a win. Now he's got
To win the
two
season.
wins this season. Obviously because of the disqualification, he would be obviously disappointed that his teammate finished outside the points. Um, but again, obviously, if that disqualification didn't happen, my pick would obviously have gone with George Russell because
Same, same, bro, same.
he had a fantastic race. Um, if I would have other picks, Max Verstappen obviously would be one of my picks for driver of the day. Oscar Piastri again. I would have given him the driver of the day as well. Had a fantastic race. He had a great race. Loser of the day is a tricky one.
I'm gonna go for Mercedes, bro. They did Russell dirty.
Yeah, they did Russell dirty. My pick is between Lando Norris and Sergio Perez. I think those are
I'm gonna go with
my picks.
Mercedes. I'm gonna go with Mercedes.
I would go. I'm going with Lando. I'm going with my boy Lando. Couple of mistakes. In the first lap and even in the second lap,
I think that first lap at La Sauce costed
it
him, bro.
costed him. Yeah, and I expected.
That kind of set the tone for his race,
And listen,
unfortunately.
after his second place finish last weekend in Hungary, I expected a bit of a recovery for him. I expected more of the same for him at Belgium, and unfortunately, wasn't the case for him. I would have gone with Mercedes as well because they really did Russell. They had the best car. All really picked Mercedes for drivers.
I don't
Don't really have a pick
know.
for that. Don't really have a pick for that. No.
I don't know, bro. I don't really know.
Don't really have a pick for that. And same for Clown today as well.
Same. No, not really, bro. Not
Can't really
really.
go pick. Now we'll leave it as it is. We'll leave them as
Nil.
they are.
Null and void, bro. Null
Null
and
and
void.
void. Null and void. Exactly. All right. That's it. That's the Spa Francorchamps Grand Prix. If we look at our top 10, it looks something like this. Max Verstappen stays on top with 277 points. Lando Norris is in second with 199 points. Charles Leclerc is in third with 177 points. Oscar Piastri in fourth with 167 points. Getting a bit tougher now to say that the points clear now with triple-digit numbers. Carlos Sainz in fifth with 162 points. Lewis Hamilton is gaining ground now considerably in 6th place with 150 points. Sergio Perez in 7th with 131 points. Uh, George Russell stays in 8th with 116 points. If he would have not been disqualified, he would have gone up the table considerably with that win.
He would have
Uh,
leapfrogged Perez.
Definitely, and he would be very very close with Hamilton as well.
I think he
Uh,
would leave.
yeah,
Nah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have leapfrogged Hamilton,
yeah,
but he
no.
would have definitely leapfrogged Perez.
He would have been close though.
Yeah.
Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll complete the top 10 with 49 points and 24 points respectively. The constructors looking quite interesting now, because Red Bull stay on top with 408 points, but McLaren are catching up very very quickly on Red Bull now. They are on 366 points. Ferrari in third with 345 points, but they now need to be a bit concerned now because Mercedes are catching up on them with 266 points, and that gap is only going to
Listen,
void in 3 weeks'
listen,
time.
if Ferrari can't get their act together, can't put some upgrades in,
Yeah,
yeah, I could see Mercedes leapfrogging Ferrari by
yeah,
the end of the
same here,
season.
same here, same here. Aston Martin in fifth with 73 points. Racing Bulls remain in sixth with 34 points. The same goes for Haas in seventh with 27 points. Alpine in eighth with 11 points. Williams in ninth with just 4 points. And Sauber are still scoreless
Come
with
on,
0
Sauber, bro,
points.
get a point at least, bro. Come
Get at
on,
least 1 point, man. We at
at
least deserve
least,
at least
bro.
one
At this
point.
point, just one
Yeah,
point, at least, at least.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
God's sakes, man.
All right, guys, that is it. That's the end of our episode, right on the 1 hour mark. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Really,
Always,
really
thank you.
appreciate appreciate you listening to us for the episode. Just like the drivers now, guys, we're about to take a 3 week break. Now we will get back for our Grand Prix in Zandvoort. We might do an episode in between, giving you maybe our mid-season prediction thoughts, but obviously we'll let you know if we'll be having a new episode or not.
Yeah.
It's time for a break. Just like the drivers, enjoy your summer break, guys. From where you are listening to at
Have
the
fun,
moment.
take care, go to the beach.
Yeah, go abroad,
Have have
wherever
a,
you be.
whatever it is.
Yeah, make sure
Ma-
to follow us on our socials, guys. You know what they are: Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify. And we see you in 3 weeks' time for the
Hopefully,
Zandvoort
hopefully,
Grand
hopefully,
Prix.
hopefully.
And
Thank you and
see
good
you.
night, guys. Much
Take
love.
care. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay.